Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation on process-aware information systems. Today we'll be exploring key concepts from Chapter 9 in the book Fundamentals of Business Process Management. My name is Roxanne Luckett, and I'm excited to share my knowledge on this topic with you. So in this presentation, I will cover an introduction to process-aware information systems, types of process-aware information systems, business process management foundations, the advantages of implementing BPMS, and the challenges of BPMS. Introduction to process-aware information systems. So what is a process-aware information system? Let's start by first defining what is process automation. Process automation is the intent to automate any conceivable part of a routine work that is contained within a business process. From there, we can further define what an automated business process is. An automated business process is a process that is automated in whole or in part by a software system which passes information from one participant to another for action. Now that we've defined both of those, we can say that a process-aware information system, or PAIS, are specialized software systems designed to automate and manage the flow of information within an organization. These systems support various business processes, ensuring efficient and effective operations. One example is order to cash process in a retail business. It involves multiple steps from receiving an order to delivering the product and finally collecting payment. A PAIS can streamline this process, reducing errors and speeding up transaction times. There are two main categories of process-aware information systems: domain-specific and domain-agnostic systems. Domain-specific systems are tailored to particular business functions, while domain-agnostic systems are more general and can be applied across various industries. Some common examples of domain-specific systems include ERP, CRM, SCM, and PLM. Enterprise resource planning supports business processes like HR, accounting, and production management, with the two most important processes being procure to pay and order to cash. Examples include SAP and Epicor. Customer service relationship management manages interactions with customers, support sales, and marketing activities. At the heart of CRM is an extensive database that provides information on existing and prospective customers. Important processes supported by CRM systems are campaigns to lead and lead to order. Examples include Salesforce and HubSpot CRM. Supply chain management. So supply chain management manages logistic operations, supports freight, warehousing, and inventory management. Key supply chain processes are order to delivery and return to refund. And examples of those are Shippable and Epicor. Kinetic. PLM, so product lifecycle management, manages product development and engineering processes. Important processes supported by PLM systems are idea to launch and different types of order processes, including built to order, engineered to order, and assembly to order. It is great for revision control specs and documents. Examples include Windchill, Autodesk Fusion Manager, and Teamcenter. So there are three main types of dominant agnostic PAISs: issue tracking, document management control, and business process management systems. Starting with issue tracking systems. So issue tracking software has been crucial in the world of software development and IT service management. The idea behind these is to give visibility to an issue. Generally, these issues are managed through a control process. First it's open, then assigned, and either suspended, canceled, or closed, or reopened. These issues may be given a state of low, medium, or high priority. Some may be automatically done, while others require approval for certain people. For example, when requesting access to a file storage drive at work, you may put in the initial request with IT, but then they'll turn around and ask the file storage drive owner to give their approval. In short, tracking software supports the issue to resolution process. Examples of these systems include Jira, Pivotal Tracking, Backlog, and Redmine. Next, I'll cover uh, document management systems. So, when document management systems first hit the scene, their capabilities were rather limited. But now, document management systems have evolved over time to become enterprise content management systems. These systems function to maintain various file types, such as scanned documents, images, and audio recordings, considered unstructured content. But there's also things like vacation requests or travel requisitions that are considered structured content. The main premise of a DMS is to provide functions to create, search, access, and update documents, but they can also provide functions to route a document across multiple stakeholders. Some common examples include IBM FileNet, Microsoft SharePoint, and OpenText. Business Process Management Systems, or BPMSs, are software systems designed to manage and optimize business processes. BPMSs features include modeling, execution, monitoring, and optimization of business processes. These systems are essential for enhancing efficiency, transparency, and compliance in the business operations. For instance, a BPMS can automate the approval workflows in a company, ensuring that each step follows predefined rules and policies. This not only speeds up the process, but also reduces the risks of errors and ensures consistency. So what is the purpose of a BPMS? The purpose is to coordinate an automated business process in such a way that all work is done at the right time by the right resource. A BPMS is similar to a database management system in that it is offered off the shelf in a standard package by multiple vendors at different levels of sophistication for various business sizes. A BPMS can be customized and designed for simple systems for design and automation of business processes to more complex systems involving process intelligence capabilities like data mining. In the graphic, you can see some of the key features that businesses look for when considering implementing BPMS today. Business Process Management Foundations. So first we will talk about groupware and ad hoc workflow systems. So groupware systems are widely used and popular due to their high operational flexibility. They allow users to easily share documents and information and communicate directly with other users. Typically, these systems do not traditionally support business processes, but many commercial groupware systems offer workflow extensions. One example is IBM Notes. A more contemporary example would be Microsoft Teams. An ad hoc system, those are highly adaptable and enable documents and information to be shared easily and directly communicate with others. For them to be successful, end users must be aware of the processes in which they operate. This means that processes should be defined or modified only by people with a good overview of the process and an understanding of the consequences of deviating from usual practice. The second requirement is that users have sophisticated tools at their disposal to model business processes and that they are capable of modeling. An example is Active Matrix BusinessWorks. Some of that software's features include application integration, business to business integration, and event driven architecture. So next we'll talk about production workflow systems and case management systems. So production workflow systems are the most prominent type of BPMS. Some examples include IBM Business Process Managed, Benzagi Studio, and Camunda BPM. In these systems, work is routed strictly on the basis of explicitly defined process descriptions captured in process models. The management of operational data is typically handled by a complementary data management system. This can be further broken down into administrative and transactional production workflow systems. Within administrative BPMS, those are used where a large portion of work is performed by people, whereas transactional processing BPMS support business processes that are almost fully automated. Case management systems. The idea behind a case management system or adaptive case management system is to support processes that are neither tightly or completely specified. Rather, implicit process models are used, which capture a conventional flow from which a user can deviate unless it is explicitly prohibited. A case management system is usually fully aware of precise details of data belonging to a case including customer data, financial, or medical data. On the basis of such an awareness, the system is able to inform the users about the status of the case as well as the most obvious steps to continue. An example might be eyesight case management or ISIS papyrus. So now we're getting into the architecture of a BPMS. So the first two pieces of a BPMS is the execution engine, which is like the heart of the BPMS, and then the process modeling tool, which job is to create, modify, and annotate business models. So the execution engine is central to the BPMS. The engine provides different functionalities, including the ability to create and executable process instances, also called cases, the ability to distribute work to process participants in order to execute a business process from start to end, the ability to automatically retrieve and store data required for execution of process, and delegate automated activities to software applications across the organization. The process modeling tool component offers functionalities such as the ability for users to create and modify process models, the ability to annotate process models with additional data, such as data input and output, participants, business rules associated with activities, and performance measures associated with the process or an activity. And thirdly, the ability to store, share, and retrieve process models from a process model repository. So the last two pieces of the architecture of a BPMS is the work list handler, which is functions sort of like an email inbox, and then an external service which maintains the connection with the execution engine via a service interface. So the work list handler is a component of the BPMS through which process participants are offered work items and commit to these. It is the execution engine that keeps track of which work items are due and makes them available through the work list handlers of individual process participants. For external services, it might be useful to use these in the execution of a business process. In many business processes, there are activities that are performed fully automatically, such that the execution engine can simply call on an external application. So one example is that is when you apply for a credit card, Experian runs in the background and that assesses your credit worthiness based on your inputs like date of birth, address, and social security number. Administration and monitoring tools are necessary for all operational matters of a BPMS. Administration tools are also required to deal with exceptional situations, for example, to remove outdated work items from the system. Administration tools are also equipped with process monitoring functionality. One can use these tools to monitor the performance of running business processes, in particular with respect to the progress of individual cases. BPMS records the execution of a process model step by step. The execution-related events recorded in this way are stored and can be exported in the form of execution logs for which performance dashboards are generated. Advantages of implementing BPMS. Major advantages of BPMS is workload reduction. By automating routine tasks, BPMS free up human resources, allowing employees to focus on higher value activities. This not only increases productivity, but also enhances job satisfaction as staff can engage in more meaningful work. For instance, in finance, automating invoice processing can save hours of manual data entry, allowing staff to concentrate on analysis and strategic planning. Another benefit is flexible system integration. BPMS can seamlessly connect with various enterprise systems, creating a unified IT environment. This integration streamlines data flow and improves coordination across different business functions. For example, integrating BPMS with an ERP system allows for automatic data updates between the two, reducing the need for manual data entry and ensuring consistency. This seamless integration is particularly valuable in a complex organization where data needs to flow efficiently across multiple departments and systems. But there is one watch out. A BPMS itself can offer no direct solution to the problem of redundant storage of information across different systems. In fact, a BPMS will have no general knowledge of actual data that end users will manipulate using those various IT systems. If the BPMS is to operate as an integrator between all existing systems, this will require a thorough information analysis to map which data is being used and available. Another advantage is execution transparency. BPMS provides real-time monitoring and reporting of process execution, offering valuable insights into performance. This transparency enhances decision-making and allows for early identification and resolution of issues. For example, managers can use real-time dashboards to track the progress of critical projects and quickly address any delays or obstacles. This visibility not only improves operational efficiency, but also builds trust and accountability within the organization. Finally, BPMS ensures rule enforcement by automating the application of business rules and policies. This consistency reduces the risk of errors and ensures compliance with regulations, which is crucial for maintaining operational integrity and avoiding legal issues. For instance, in industries with strict regulatory requirements such as healthcare or finance, BPMS can automate compliance checks and ensure that all processes adhere to necessary standards. This not only reduces the risk of non-compliance, but also saves time and resources spent on manual audits and inspection. Challenges of implementing BPMS. So one of the challenges is during integration, when you have these old mainframe systems that are limited by need to know information. And what I mean by that is that nobody from the original development team is available to be able to explain how these systems were actually structured. But one of the ways that we can overcome that is screen scraping, which basically is used to facilitate a relationship between the mainframe and the BPMS on the user interface level. Another issue is the lack of process awareness of traditional systems. So in a process-aware system, separate cases will be handled separately. In other words, such a system works on a case-by-case basis. In a traditional system, however, batch processing is the dominant paradigm. This means that a particular task is executed for a large set of cases, which does not always align with the philosophy of BPMS. The one solution to this is middleware and enterprise application integration tools and web services, and shifting towards service-oriented architecture, which helps to combat this. So one of the biggest challenges of implementing BPMS is actually the organizational challenges when it comes to change management, so dealing with people. And one of the biggest suggestions that I could give is to be sensitive, try gradual introductions of the BPMS system, not big swooping changes all at once. Try to address the fears that come with implementing a new technology. A lot of people are afraid of technology because they don't understand how it works, and they're afraid about how that's going to affect their job and their livelihood. But part of the nature of the game when implementing BPMS is that that could result in organizational changes. Department could be scrapped or combined. Participants could have their responsibilities changed, and new products can be introduced or taken off the market. So just being aware of that. And then also just clarifying how any information that's going to be generated through the BPMS or entered, how it will be used and how it could be positively impacting to the business. And lastly, just pay attention to political and psychological motives that may be at play. Well, that covers it. Thank you for joining me as we discuss Process-Aware Information Systems, which is Chapter 9 in the book titled Fundamentals of Business Process Management.